Zubrickus. These pretzels are making Zuby thirsty.
Gavin from TerraTech Industries.
Hey, this is Matt the Crypt, and you should be watching Y50.
I'm Dustin, king of the airwaves. Hello, la la la.
Podcast. This is our podcast. How are you guys?
Hi.
Welcome. This is Todd Ansich, guys. You are listening to our podcast here. This is episode 10. We are available on iTunes. And if you're watching us live, thanks, guys. I see all of you in the chat. Wolf, we haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you in there. Payroll, Barney.
Danger,
Simon,
Skeletor.
Angel Jamie's in. Danger Man, off the break Skeletor. Welcome Ryan Mark from Help Keep Paintball Alive. He watches Behind the Bunker on YouTube, BlueTube, RedTube, whatever other tubes he came up with. That was awesome. I still like that. With me tonight is Josh Zuby Zubrickus. Very good. And we also have Joe Kimson from Flaggers Paintball.
Greetings.
And joining us for the first time for his first podcast is Jamie King, the new business development manager for Angel North America. Nice to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Very good. And over the next couple of weeks, we're going to find out more information on some of the new products that Angel will be coming out with, right? Also, we have Matt, the Crypt Pushing Buttons, in the studio this evening, and he will also be answering your questions.
I will be asking them.
Yeah, well, and answering, hopefully.
I don't know.
Hopefully. We're also watching the chat, guys, so if you are watching us live, get in on our chat, and we can hopefully answer some of your questions. Also, I just opened up Twitter. I forgot at the beginning of the show, but here we go. Twitter's now open, at Behind the Bunker, if you want to get a hold of us here, guys, and we will happily, hopefully try to get to, some of your questions. Fantastic. Next week on our show, we're going to be talking about what is the one rookie mistake that you try to correct for new players. We'll be talking about that on our pre-show, so definitely come check that out.
Was that last week?
That's coming up this week.
Oh.
Yeah, you've been thinking about it so much, it seems like we've already done it. All right, Matt.
Yeah, just trying to think of what I yell at you all the time.
Yeah.
Because I made it look like you're...
Yeah. All right, Matt, so you have some questions that are sent in.
Yes, I do.
Shall we get to them post-haste?
Let's hurry up and
I can
them.
take my time reading.
Post-haste.
Well, while you're looking at them, why don't we tell everybody,
Can you clarify
what's coming up in a
post-haste
month?
first?
1 month?
1 month's time.
Am I supposed to
Extravaganza.
know?
Extravaganza.
Paintball extravaganza, and we're going to be broadcasting, guys.
Oh,
there.
you mean our food trip?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Monday night of
Can't be
Paintball
confused.
extravaganza, which will be February the 24th. You're going to hear us live as we do our normal show, but we're going to be broadcasting from Paintball extravaganza with maybe a couple of friends from there. We're trying to convince some of our friends to come on that show, and we're also going to show you some new things that are going to be released the next morning. So you'll be the first ones to see it, so check that out. All right. Vulcan Ryan is making fun of me that I didn't turn on my Twitter feed. Rookie mistake. Well, Ryan, if you would Skype me more, Twitter me more, maybe I'd have it up. All right, Matt, let's go to
That was
some
almost
questions.
a slow clap.
Yeah, well,
Almost.
Yeah.
It was unintentional.
I'd just like to point out that I actually rang the bell at the correct time that time.
Thank you, Jamie.
Thank you.
you're getting the hang of it.
Thank you.
Nice.
So Eric A. asks, do you prefer tactical or speedball clothing?
Oh, that's a good question. Jamie, let's start with you. When you're out there playing for a day of ball, what are you sporting? Tactical clothing or paintball, like speedball type wear?
I'm a tactical kind of guy. I find it's much more slimming.
Tactitious?
It's very tactical.
Tactitious?
Yeah, I'm a tactical kind of player when I'm out there doing my thing.
Nice.
We might market all types of products, but definitely my style of play is a tactical.
Will we
football.
see more tactical wear at Angel this year?
We're definitely spreading our wings.
Very nice. Very nice.
We're going to be looking at more things. Do you like that? Angel,
Yeah, that was
spreading our wings.
That's very good.
That's good.
Joe, do we need to ask what you wear?
No.
No?
I like tactical gear, camouflage, boots, stuff like that. Authenticity.
Zuby,
I
help
have
me
to
out.
speak into the microphone.
Zuby, what do you wear?
When?
Sorry, right now, what are you wearing? For
I
those
have my
people at home, can
Lululemon
we...
pants on.
Nice.
I have a Lululemon t-shirt on, and then I have
Cuddly.
my Reebok sweater on over top.
Very nice.
Now I'm wearing black socks.
Black socks. Zuby in just black socks is a sight to see. Now, what do you play when you're at the paintball field? Do you play with tactical wear, or do you wear more of a speedball attire?
I like Speedball.
Big butts, and you cannot.
Yeah, I
lie?
like big butts.
Yeah. I think Zuby and I share the same affliction for clothing. We both wear Renegade jerseys, which is sort of old school, which is sort of
Well, not anymore.
tactical. Yeah, now
Not
it's
to
a
have
little,
my own BTB jersey.
Yeah. And I liked wearing paintball pants because they break well when you're bending your knees. They hold squeegee pockets in it.
They breathe well in the summertime.
They do. They do. Eric Engler says in the chat that I wear my Speedo. Only under my Speedball stuff do I wear my Speedo. Matt, what do you wear? You're same sort of thing. You're a
Yeah, I like to wear some old dye C4s or even older, and I like my Renegade, provided it's not too hot. Failing that, one of those guys that wears tall tees.
nice.
I'll admit it.
Matt likes to buy paintball clothes and puts them in his closet and doesn't bring them out until they're ripe, good 5 or 6 years old,
Yeah.
and then puts them on.
I have a Rubbermaid bin full of them somewhere.
Very good. I enjoy the guys that come out to paintball and they've got the 04 proto pants that are shiny orange and they're in mint condition.
I have a pair of those. Are they 04 or 05?
I think it
they're
was
04.
I think it's 04.
I think you're right.
04.
Yeah, it could be 04, 05.
I think they're
The
04,
red-
maybe even 03.
No, I think it's 4 or 5.
Yeah.
3 is pushing it, I think.
Your Rubbermaid bin made me think of something there, Matt. I don't know if you noticed or not, but last week I posted a little paintball tip for everybody
Where?
to avoid. I believe
Was
it
that on the Angel Facebook page?
No, I believe it was on the Flag Raiders paintball page.
Hmm.
But it was a lesson I learned. I wanted to share with everybody that
When you were a nom?
storing your camo in Rubbermaid is actually a big no-no. What I find after taking mine out after several years, it had actually shrunk all of my camo.
Oh, because it was
Really?
so dry.
You know, I think I saw that post.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want anyone else to make the same mistake I did.
And the Rubbermaid container has no consequence due to your diet lately and workout routine?
No.
No? Okay.
It was a shock. I mean, I wore the stuff. I was using it regular, and I put it in the bin, took it out, nothing happened to the bin. It was climate controlled, and there you go. It shrunk.
Was the same scale in the bin that you used back then?
Can we move on?
No.
Yes. What Josh
get
is
it.
saying is that Jamie is a little bit larger. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I ate Gavin, remember?
All right, let's get to some more questions for the guys that are
All right, so
Paying
Eric
attention at home.
E.
Is that Eric Engler, do you think?
Yeah, it is. Do you plan on
Matt's hiding
bringing...
his-
I don't like pronouncing last names because I know I will mispronounce them.
Matt's hiding his name, and it's on the chat.
Do you plan on bringing a new person with you to any games this year?
That's an excellent question.
I think Joe and I can both say we've already done that this year. We've taken our offspring to paintball. At the age of 8, we brought them to Splatmaster and introduced them to paintball. And yes, I know there's a lot of naysayers out there that say paintball is not Splatmaster, but you know what? It's fun. It's a great way to get them involved, and yeah, that's it. I know Joe's son's pretty much hooked at this point.
He likes paintball.
Aside from that,
And Lego.
I promote paintball
And stealing my pods.
to just about
And
everyone I
Minecraft-
talk
and
to. So,
Minecraft.
yeah.
I've brought my second out this year, in the last year, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yes, my 12-year-old son, Carter, is absolutely addicted. And now Jalen. I
Very
should say my 13-year-old son, because he's probably watching, and I'm getting in trouble right now.
When's his birthday? Quick.
Halloween. And my daughter, Jalen, now also playing
Very nice.
11.
So what you're telling me is the subliminal messaging is working? So it's
Yes.
sneaking into the room at night?
Jamie's drank the Kool-Aid. Paintball.
It's Joe.
Yeah.
It's Joe's fault.
Yes, it's my fault.
And that bin of camouflage wasn't labeled Jalen.
I'm actually going to put... maybe if I put that stuff back in the bin, it'll fit Carter.
Maybe.
Actually, if you put it back in the Rubbermaid bin with a moist wipe, it will actually soak up that moisture and rehydrate
Stretch.
your clothing.
What was the time frame that you had it in said bin for?
I don't know. 7 to 8 years.
7 to 8 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it's better than
Well, you still have the same
That's
body
quick.
as a taut
You took a long
18-year-old
nap.
boy.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't say 8. That would have been...
All right. Zuby, what about you?
That wouldn't have been the creepiest thing Todd said on the show.
Zuby, you bringing anyone new to paintball this year?
Anybody I can.
Nice. Well said. All right, Matt, let's keep moving this
All right, let's get this abomination going. I can't pronounce his first name properly. Jono P. Should we use 250 cal instead of what we're using now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would say
250 cal has been. They're working on it. My friends in the R&D product development at Key, or particularly RP Shearer division, they're currently working on 250 caliber paintballs, and they're working on that as a way to replace the Nerf rockets. So when a 250 caliber paintball hits a bunker or hits a tank or a large building or object, then it's much easier to tell if it's been eliminated. You can tell by the splat radius and everything like that. So they're looking at 250 cal as actually coming to fruition, if you will, for these purposes, not for individual one-on-one combat where players are shooting 250 caliber, but in specific situations where something is needed to blow up an object.
Now, will Angel be riding the coattails of Key's further product development? Will they be looking into something
I'm
like
not
that?
sure what...
Have they
I'm
looked
gearing the
into
question
acquiring
towards-
the strike loader yet?
I believe that question was directed more
guys.
towards Mr.
Guest
King.
783 in the chat asks, "What's our opinion on the dangerous power guns?" If you want an honest opinion, I would turn around and walk away. I'm not a fan of the dangerous powers guns, I have to say. I'm not going to get into why, but does anyone else want to interject? Or
I get Dangerous Power seems to have a great visual appeal for the first-time player. They've done a great job of marketing, I think. I've had many a young fellow come in and want to buy a Dangerous Power. We try to dissuade them from buying one just for availability of parts and having the thing warranted. You want to buy from a product that comes from a dealer that's able to support, or a manufacturer that's able to support their product, through the pipeline with parts. Key, Tippmann, Vulcan, anybody like that that can support a product and back it up and service it.
yeah. Railmeister in the chat wants to know if they make barrel adapters for 250 cal. You can pretty much get them at any paintball shop. Just go in and ask for it.
Yeah, they keep them in the back room with porn.
You have to go through a beaded curtain.
Yes.
All right, Matt, what else do you have there?
All right, so Glenn B asks, what is the best food to have the night before you play and during the day to keep you performing at your best?
Chick-fil.
Spicy
we're
chicken
not
wings.
big on food talk here on
Anything
the show.
greasy.
I don't know if he's
Greasy.
heard the podcast before, or what do you guys think? Chick-fil-A for sure. Chick-fil-A is always a good ritual.
Pasta the night before is
Baconators,
carbs.
double Big
Yeah.
Macs, poutine.
Something from a drive-through.
Anything
Yeah.
from a drive-thru is fantastic.
Yeah. To be honest with you guys,
donuts.
anytime I ever played a big game or a speedball game, especially when it counted, I always go out to one of my favorite haunts and I have a big ass bowl of pasta. Not sure why. A, superstition, and B, it's supposed to be good for you for the day before a strenuous event, but that's always a good thing. And in the morning, just something bland, because usually you're nervous, and you don't want to be spending all morning in the Johnny on the spot.
Aren't you supposed to eat oatmeal in the morning?
Yeah, I have oatmeal in the morning.
Before a
Yep.
game?
Yeah, if you're over
Oatmeal and
50.
peanut butter.
Here's the thing, though. You can't
That's prune juice.
you can't try something new. You can't take someone's advice on something the day before a big event. What you have to do is go to a food that's already tried and true, something that you've had before that you know isn't going to pose you any problems, and work on it for next event. I mean, I've done some races where the next morning I've tried something. Someone says, "Yeah, have some oatmeal," and then it doesn't agree with me halfway through the day, and I regret trying it. But yeah.
I caught that one too, Matt.
Yeah,
That wasn't a real word.
What did I say?
I don't know, but it wasn't
pros. That it pros you.
Well, I do like to make up words as we go
well,
on.
you and Dusty.
I'm going to disclude that word from the vocabulary, though.
Railmeister's got it right there. He says carbohydrates, and I think he's right. It's just most people don't get a lot of carbs for breakfast.
Yeah, and hydration is a big thing too. If you can down a lot of water in the morning, it's going to help.
Oh, yeah,
Eric
just
has
chug
popcorn.
Yeah, something
4
with
liters of Red Bull.
Chug it.
something
Chug
with
it.
some electrolytes.
Take up
some
smoking
bananas,
while you're at it.
a bananas, kiwis, anything like that.
Josh likes a good cigar before a good day of paintball.
Oh, yeah. Big fat stogie.
Yeah. Very good.
That'll slow your heart rate down, keep you from getting nervous.
All right.
Did I mention I'm going to be at Red Dawn?
Are you really?
Are you?
I am.
Are you
next
setting up a
question.
booth? Are you setting up a booth?
No, he's going to be playing, I
idea.
think.
Nice.
I'll be playing,
Leave
but
work at home. Just do product development.
you'll definitely see
testing.
me at the behind the bunker booth.
Very nice. Very good. Justin B in the chat says, "Hey, behind the bunker, I'm
Justin
here.
Bieber's back.
I completely forgot about the show. Is this the after show now? No, this is the pre-show. We just did the after show. All right, Matt, let's go on.
Okay, this one's from Danny N. I have a
Danny Noonan.
No, but that name sounds really familiar.
No.
Matt, be the ball, okay? No.
Sha-na-na-na. Fa-na-na-na-na.
Cinderella story.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Thank you very little.
Okay, for those that are
Well, I
listening,
have that going for me,
watch
so that's good.
Watch Caddyshack if you did not get what we just said. All right, sorry.
For
Let's
those
keep
that are
going.
listening, I'm the only one who still has their sanity.
All right, so Danny Noonan writes in, I have a BT Combat and want to upgrade. Should I go with electronic trigger or manual pull? He mostly plays outdoor rec ball. What do you suggest for Mr. Noonan?
I have some ideas, but what do you guys think?
He should win that golfing tournament first off.
Yes.
He should.
You just start keeping score, though.
I guess it depends what he's after.
Thank you,
You
Jamie.
know, he's definitely looking at two totally different. What I like to say, a marker for speedball as opposed to a gun for woodsball.
Yeah.
I can see the arguments that'll be flying up here on the chat as I say that, but definitely the performance out of the electronic trigger. If he's going that way.
Yeah. Depends on his playing style, really. Oh, Zuby, you got something?
Wolf writes in, the world needs ditch diggers, too. He must have had 7 Cokes for lunch today.
Mark from Help
Well
Keep
done.
Paintball Alive wants to talk about Angel making a comeback. Guys, to be honest with you, Jamie's not here to flog his where. He's here because he's a longtime fan of the show and wants to basically be a part of the show. So over the next couple of weeks when he's in, we'll talk more about R&D and stuff. But let's let him get his feet wet before we continue that on.
I don't want to hijack behind the bunker on day one.
I appreciate
or,
that.
Or there might not be a day 2 for me.
Yeah. All right, Matt.
Behind
let's
the
keep
Angel
going.
Eyes. Visit me on my podcast, Behind the Angel Eyes.
Yeah.
Anyways, Ariel from Beneath the Sea writes in, my friends say I shouldn't wear my cleats when playing woodsball. Is he right?
You know what? I'm bad for that. I'll wear my cleats playing anything. I probably should be wearing boots for the ankle support, especially playing woodsball. But to be honest with you, like Danger Man's a perfect example. Danger Man's a fellow who played a game a couple months ago. He was wearing regular shoes and had a catastrophic accident and has been debilitated for quite some time. So you got to be careful. I don't know. Joe wears boots all the time.
I'm curious, what is this woods ball you speak of?
Joe does not like the term woodsball. Let's rephrase the question. Should you wear cleats when you're playing in a wooded area? Playing paintball in a wooded area?
Why don't you like woodsball, Joe?
I think the term is ridiculous. I don't think it lends itself to traditional recreational paintball. It does not.
Or scenario.
Or
paintball.
scenario paintball. Woods denotes going out into the woods. Not all recreational paintball fields are woodsball, or an indoor paintball field is not a woodsball field. It's a recreational paintball field that has different fields or different scenarios. Woodsball is like playing outlaw paintball. I'm going to rant, so I'm going to stop.
No,
I think
go.
you should wear
Go.
boots because the terrain is
That's what we're here
uneven. It
for.
gives you far better ankle support, and many recreational scenario fields have water areas on them, and cleats don't offer any.
Aren't the U.S. Army adopting cleats now as part of their...
They are like hell.
Oh, that was a good troll.
I have a question for Joe then.
Sure.
As opposed
Yes.
to when you speak of speedball, the opposite of speedball being, what would you refer to it
Slow
as?
ball.
I don't disagree with you.
Recreational
on that.
paintball. It's recreational
Slow
paintball.
square.
It's all
Recreational
paintball, but then if you break down paintball, you have speedball, you have recreational paintball. Then you move down the line, you have scenario or mill sim paintball. So recreational, it's like skiing. You have racing, you have recreational skiing, and then you have snowboarding at the far end. It's a winter sliding activity. So you have paintball. Oh my goodness. Yes.
Yeah. What if you play speedball for fun?
Well, then you wear.
Is that rec
whatever you
Is that
have,
rec ball?
Sure, it's rec ball.
Yeah.
Speedball for fun. Listen to you.
Very good.
You're
I also want to
hilarious.
take a moment and recognize all the guys in the chat forum. We have a new time person on the chat. We haven't seen him in a while. It's Mike from Tech PB. It's nice to see you, sir. Guys, Tech PB is one of the best locations out there for you guys to get information on paintball, reviews, gear, all that sort of stuff. So
Real
if you got-
information on paintball.
opposed to fake Canadian information.
Not
So check out
railroaded.
Tech PB if you've never been on their site, guys. Great guys, great work. Also nice to see, speaking of people that do things for paintball, we have Mark from Help Keep Paintball Alive that's in our chat forum. He's a gentleman who tries to help promote paintball to all that's out there and does it on his own dime and on his own time, so that's great to see you out there. We also have the Wolf or Wolf in the chat forum as well. You've known him for all his great contributions to the paintball world, both generally in games and doing videos, both for Behind the Bunker and obviously his own paintball channel. So just a couple what's for those guys that are out there as well. Nice to see a couple other people out there. We have the Skeletor, another person that does a lot of promotions. Danger Man that's in here does a lot of promotion for the game as well. We've got Payroll as well, who does a lot of scenario games out there. Guys, I'm going to stop there because there's people I'm probably going to miss, and there's
You
lots
almost
more
forgot
people
Simon.
in there. Vulcan Ryan in the chat forum, who does absolutely nothing. I'm just kidding. Great guy. Starting to do some scenario game stuff with him too. So great bunch of people in the chat forum. So if you guys are listening to us in Rewind, come check us out every Monday night at 8 at BehindTheBunker.com and be a part of this train wreck.
Barney in the chat forum brought up a very valid point. He says if you're going to wear cleats, wear ones with like high tops or high top
Like
version with
football
ankle
cleats.
support.
Football cleats, yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Good Barney.
Yeah, that's,
Or if
that's
you're in
a-
Canada, hockey skates.
Very nice. All right. We have another question here.
There was a question on the forum, Todd, that it said, "What is the best upgrade for an invert mini?"
Talking into the mic?
Sorry,
Yes.
What is the best upgrade for an invert mini?
You know what? Check out Exalt. Exalt has a great bumper cushion for the barrel tip. I put that on my axe.
Just the tip.
And just the tip, fellows. That makes it the best. Start with the tip, and that's what you need to upgrade. But it's awesome. It's a nominal upgrade. Doesn't cost a lot of money. Boards are great, but I really don't think boards do much of anything other than help you program your gun a little easier, give you some false sense of security that you're shooting.
I would upgrade
you know,
from CO2 to HPA.
that would be it too.
Your axe would run a lot better. Or sorry, your mini.
Yeah.
I hate to be the one, but he asked for the bolt upgrade.
He asked for the bolt upgrade.
Well, you know.
Okay, guys, don't shoot Matt down.
Good for Matt.
Matt's
interceding.
slow.
try.
He doesn't know a
Okay?
lot, but he tries.
It's okay. He's
Off the break, guys, in
We'll make him
on
give
our
you a
Twitter
hug
feed
after.
sends in, I see many players leave their gear in the staging area during the day of play. What would you consider the paintball community trustworthy? I could say that Joe and I have been operating paintball fields for a number of years, and
31.
knock on wood,
31
the
years.
times that we hear that people are missing gear, I can count on my hand, and those are the ones where you don't find their gear. Paintball's a pretty tight knit group, and you know, people watch over their stuff. If someone even tried to put their hand in my gear bag and I wasn't around, someone would stop them. I think I don't know. I find it pretty good. What do you guys think? Has anything ever happened to you that was suspicious
I would say it's
or malicious?
You know, sort of moving on to what
think of
you
a
said, paintball is pretty tight knit, and there's often you know someone will be out playing, they'll have a broken gun or something like that, and then someone will say, "Hey, I've got an extra hopper, an extra gun, you can borrow that." That sort of extends further along. So I would say it's right. Pretty good. People are pretty good.
I would say if I came back and something was missing out of my bag, my first response would be, who borrowed it? Not who stole it.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? To be honest with you, you don't bring everything in your paintball arsenal to the paintball field anyways, and leave it on a picnic table. If you are untrustworthy or having something feared for being stolen,
Oh, you're not supposed to bring everything you have?
not usually.
Oh.
Doesn't stop most people.
My bad.
Well, I like to bring all my Rubbermaid bins.
Whether my clothes fit or not. Jamie is going to try his camouflage back on and send us in pictures, by the way.
Absolutely.
All right, Matt.
For Red Dawn?
I hope so.
I'll wear it to Red Dawn.
All right.
Okay, so I got a question here from Oliver Twist. I've saved up to buy my first set of camo. What
Please,
kind
sir,
should I buy?
want some more.
Look, we're on camo, and Matt had a camo question.
That's a segue in the industry, we call
Very
it.
good. Very
That's
good.
what we do.
Our
If we don't
very
do
first
anything
one.
well, we do segues. We might not answer your questions well, but we can damn well segue. Jamie, why don't you take this one?
His first
Segway?
And don't drive near a cliff.
I'm the first one on the segue.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, does he mean what brand of camo or what pattern?
Well,
Let's
Jamie,
say
we
pattern.
unfortunately have to do our own reading into the question.
All right, I'm going to
Probably
read into it then.
Is he going to only have one pattern?
Is this something that he needs to wear to weddings?
He said it was he's saving up for his first set of camo. So
Now, is this your playing camo or is this your I'm going to
Your
Walmart
Sunday
camo?
going to meeting one.
yeah,
Okay, Matt's going to email him back. In the meantime, let's answer his question.
you know what? I'm going to say a woodland.
I agree with you.
I like it. It's
Old,
versatile.
tried, tested, and true.
Yeah, it's versatile, and you know what? If he's going to play at different fields, he's got all the right colors in there. He's got some for
But
dirt.
Joe's going to have a different opinion. Joe?
Well, of course Joe's going to have a different opinion. However, if I keep talking, Joe will never get that opinion out.
I'll put my hand up.
Joe's going to suggest that he has 34 sets of camo.
I will suggest, but you know what? I'm going to agree with Jamie. I've been looking at the True Spec catalog, and I've been considering buying some Woodland camo just for nostalgic reasons. However, I'm a big fan of Vietnam Tigerstripe. True Spec has the rights for that, and Vulcan stuff. It's pretty damn close. And I also like Multicam and All-Terrain Tiger, although I'm going to bring out my 3-color Desert again as well.
So I think if Joe answered that question right, and you
Buy
can
all
only
the
get one
camo.
pair, yeah.
Can I answer Zuby's? And you tell me if I get it right.
Okay, go ahead.
Zuby's going to say Tiger Stripe.
Nope.
Really?
You forgot a word. All-terrain Tiger Stripe.
All-terrain Tiger Stripe.
All-terrain Tiger
All-terrain
Stripe.
Tiger
Is
Stripe.
it- It's like
Google it
multi-camo
now.
is here, and the all-terrain Tiger Stripe's here, and
can't
everything
see
else
you.
is just down here.
Yeah. Now,
Doesn't matter.
I will go back. Danger
They know
Man,
what I'm talking
Danger
about.
Man in the chat forum, we're talking about thievery at paintball fields. Unfortunately, Danger Man did lose an ion at one of the events. So if
Danger
you guys
Man only has one
have
ion?
found an ion at one of the fields in Maryland and Delaware. I apologize. I don't know. I don't remember the whole story, but he definitely lost one at an event. And Mike from Tech PB says that pods are community property, though. Your pod is my pod, and my pod is your pod. I tend to agree with that. Especially,
Is that where all my paint goes?
especially playing
Yeah, full
X-Ball
pods.
and
Tons there.
PSP. It's not the team that has the best players. It's the one who has the best pod caddy who will steal as many pods from the other team as possible. Very good. All right. What else do we have there?
Oh, you want another question?
Sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's bomb another one.
Yeah, sure.
So wait, what camo was he getting?
What
All-terrain
camo is he
Tiger
getting?
Stripe.
Any version of Tiger Stripe,
What-
I think would go well.
Yeah.
I've got some shrunken woodland. Can he send in what size he is?
Okay, you know, whenever somebody looks at camo on the field, they're like, okay, Woodland. Yeah, okay, he rented that here. Oh, that guy's got multi-game. He's cool. That guy has ATAX. Oh, that guy's cool. That guy must be legit and awesome because I've never seen that before. And you go up and ask him, and they say, "Well, son, this is all-terrain Tiger Stripe."
Actually, there's a few elite units that are using it. I managed to get some, so it's good.
Yeah,
It's funny you'd
Task
mention
Force
that,
Raiders.
Zuby, but you know what? When people get the same response when they play with an angel. You know? They're
you're-
not afraid to say, that guy knows his stuff.
You're here to be a
Right.
personality, not
That's right.
not a propagator of your company. Let's move on. I'd hate to see you go bankrupt because we put you down.
I'm Jamie King, and this is Behind the Bunker.
All right, Matt.
All right, so Brendan Fink writes in, I have never played, but want to get into Speedball. What is a good starter marker?
That's a good
giving
point.
up and playing woods ball.
Giving up?
That's a good question.
Do you want me to field that?
Yes.
An angel. This is
where I
Jamie
go
King,
back and edit the show.
and you're watching Behind the Bunker. So,
Okay,
Voice
so
over Todd's
okay,
voice.
so if you're
Hey,
a guy that wants to get
Empire
into
BT.
speedball, do you really need to get the world's most expensive speedball marker out of the gate? I don't think so. I think
No.
you need something that's just going to make you compete. And with that, I would recommend 3 guns. I would recommend the Empire Axe. I would recommend the Die Reflex Rail. And I would also recommend the Valken Proton. Those 3 guns will get you in at a reasonable price.
Yeah.
But have the performance and the features of a high-end gun. Now, granted, I'm not going to say that those 3 guns are the best on the market. There are by far better markers out there, but why spend $1,500 to $2,000 on a paintball setup if it's something you're just getting into right away? And paintball, let alone speedball, is very expensive if you're going to be practicing often. So get something in that you can still afford to play after that.
Sorry. I hope that Tom K in the chat forum isn't just trolling.
That better be a troll.
Yeah.
Well, he talked about an 86, classic 86.
Yeah, anybody that knows anything about auto mags is, of course, going to write a classic 68.
Yeah. And he got it backwards, too. It's a classic 86. That's not...
Yeah.
I have a nice mini mag.
Yeah.
Todd,
So do I.
Mint
Yes.
in box, never been used.
which
No.
of those 3 markers would you say is going to grow best with the player?
Axe.
I don't know. I mean, they're all done. Like, there's nothing you can do to these guns beyond maybe add a board, maybe add a different bolt. Those guns are pretty much done. What it's going to do is it's just going to allow you to have money back in your pocket to better yourself by paying for paint and practice time.
Well, it may not grow with you if you keep it in a Tupperware bin or Rubbermaid bin for X many years.
All right,
If you put a piece of bread in it, we'll grow with it.
here's the question, Matt, and I saw it briefly. Can you tell me who asked it? But they asked in the chat if on your sheets there, if you can use an axe for competitive speedball.
Absolutely.
Do you see that question? I thought I saw it on your...
There's a would you use an axe in a tournament?
And I would say absolutely. I've been using an axe for the last 2 seasons playing competitive speedball, and I shoot guys with Luxes and Angels and everything else without any issue. I don't think it's a problem. Would I like a better gun? Sure. But it allows me to play and be competitive and really not have to worry about it. Yeah.
Here's another question.
Oh, good.
What does
Question
Zuby
time.
recommend for a MagFed paintball gun?
I just
that was
read
brought to you
that,
by
too.
Wolf.
Wolf presented that to Zuby.
A
Wolf?
MagFed paintball gun?
Wolf presented this question.
This is the part where you answer.
Why do you
By
say that,
a
Zeus?
Defender?
Oh,
I'm not a big fan of MagFed paintball. I don't. Okay, I just say this outright right now. I do not understand the point of playing MagFed paintball. Period.
Well, you don't understand a lot of different mentalities,
Things.
like speedball,
Because
speedballer mentality, or the airsoft mentality. It's really personal
I
preference.
will have you know, Matt, and I'll put it out there. I will tell you on the show right now. I will say it. I started out playing speedball.
Liar.
No, not lying. It was at Bunkers Hideaway Paintball in Marmora, Ontario.
I call shenanigans.
Yeah.
You know what?
I call Bravo Sierra on that.
Call it all you want. I don't care.
Sounds like a seedy hotel.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where he lost his first
His
paintball
first- how
pod
do you
under
lose
the
your
bed. I don't
first,
know.
What?
I'm just kidding.
That's disturbing.
Yeah.
We need the research department on that one.
You know what? MagFed guns, that's a hard one to decide right now. There's so many out there, and there's so many new ones that are still coming on their own. I don't even think I would be able to...
But MagFed's going to be like a genre like pump and pistol or something like that. You'll have speedball going on simultaneously. You'll have airsoft going on simultaneously. You'll have recreational paintball going on, including birthday parties and stuff like that. On another field, you'll have a pump and pistol game. On another field, you'll have a MagFed game, and that's what the field operators have to recognize, that paintball, yes, is paintball, but paintball. There's something for everybody by offering each of these genres of the game at simultaneously. You have flaggers that we run speedball, we run airsoft, we run a Little Johnny's birthday party, run a stag group, and then there's no reason why you can't have a Milsim MagFed game going on as well as a pump and pistol game going on simultaneously. It's the way of the future.
I
We
hate-
set the trends, other fields follow.
Doubt it.
Heck with you, Angel.
I hate to say this, but
Power to the people.
right
The
now,
rental program's not looking good at your place.
you know what? There's not enough MagFed guns out there that have been around long enough. Much like right now, you can ask Paintball. Well, Paintball's got 20 years of history. You know what a cream has arrived to the crop or to the top, but MagFed has only been out for a few years. There are some good guns out there. I'm not going to lie to you.
Milo and Parker are MagFed.
But until we see every company come out with more of them and have more variety, I don't know. I don't know
get
what
where
I'd
all
say.
this whole MagFed big thing came from.
People want.
How is it different
people
from
want
playing stock
realism.
class?
They want
It's
realism.
not.
And the people want to put their mags in their pocket. They want to shoot 15 rounds, and they want to reload and hit it on their helmet and shoot people. Who the hell
Now,
doesn't?
Joe, I'm going to interrupt.
But
Someone
sure
brought
you
a good
are.
point up in the chat
All
forum.
right.
Mike from Tech PB says, Joe,
Yes.
don't forget about the foam sword battles. They're huge money makers for fields. Are you going to host some foam field battles?
Oh no!
He's
called
trolling you.
Airsoft.
He's trolling you on that.
He's trolling me. Thank you, Mike from Tech PB.
Yeah.
We may have some occasional LARPing, however, and we're going to have some people that come out and make chainmail. So if you'd like to come up with a foam sword from Florida and visit your brother-in-law, then you're more than welcome to.
My favorite thing is when you see the guys that are done playing Airsoft for the day. Maybe their batteries are dead finally, and they couldn't find enough chargers or wall
I mean,
outlets.
their cameras were
but
full
they
of
bring
photos.
out their rubber knives and have rubber knife fights
In the staging
in
area.
the staging area.
Oh, God.
Bravo! Well, to bring up the level of Airsoft one notch. All right, guys. What else do we have in the question department, Matt? We've got about another 5 minutes left in the show, maybe 10 minutes if we keep this rolling here. Everyone in the chat's talking about the T15.
T15
It
is
is not
awesome.
out yet, so I don't have an opinion on it until Joe and I get a chance to shoot it. We've only seen it at Extravaganza last year.
I broke it at
believe-
Extravaganza.
World Cup.
I believe, and not to toot our own horn, but I believe Joe, myself, and Owen and Simon from Inception was the one who came up with T15
As the name.
and gave it to Tiberius, and they kept it. So
Yes, you can watch that original video. They didn't know what it was called, so I called it the T15.
check
and
out it Behind the
away we
Bunker
went.
on YouTube.
Behind the
Subscribe
Bunker,
now,
yeah.
guys. And while you're there,
Oh.
hit subscribe and like and
whatever
comment.
else.
Can you tell us the history of that
Smell that?
T15?
It's a shameless plug.
It was a
made
very
by
shameless plug.
Tiberius.
And while
Yeah,
you're
why
there, go
15
to,
though? It's not like WD-40, was
like
it?
an AR-15 or an AR-15. It's a variant.
Okay.
It had a lot of real steel stuff on it. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Anyways,
Should we talk about WD-40, where that name
Now,
came
I
from?
will tell you that Tom K has now left the chat. You guys did not believe who was the real Tom K, and he
I
has
asked.
now
I think it was
left.
everyone else in the chat forum that was calling him out.
Yeah.
Anyways, it might be Tom now.
He may have signed out and signed back in as Unicorn.
or
I'm
Tom
not sure.
204. Anyhow, Chase.
Thank you for visiting the show.
Uh,
We'd like to have you here.
anyways, this was a segue until you guys derailed it. Chase asked, what is everyone's predictions for what kind of MagFed gun Tippmann is going to make this year since they finally announced their intentions to do so recently?
I saw that
if you-
post, and they did not know. I saw that post, and they did not say that they're coming out with a MagFed gun. They were trolling that, showing how people are saying that they're coming out with a MagFed gun. I have not heard anything from Tippmann that is 100% happening. I'm not saying it's not, but I have not seen anything officially released from that. Has anyone else?
Who cares?
I have not heard anything that they are, although they were at several fields doing a survey to players about MagFed and some other things, whether they are looking into it or not. But keep in mind, it would be a natural progression for Tippmann to come out with one because they have the TIPX, which is proven and works well.
Yep, makes sense.
Did you know, Joe, that you and I played MagFed just the other week?
We were playing Splatmaster.
Splatmaster
is a MagFed.
It's a MagFed game.
That's limited ammo, though.
I think
That's-
technically you can even call that stock class.
Stock class MagFed.
We were.
Look at that.
We were. Look at us.
So was my 11-year-old daughter.
I think
And my 8-year-old son.
I think JT Splatmaster needs to go to some of those classic tournaments, like the one that William was talking about. Stock class only.
Hang on, I can find it.
What if we bring plastic knives instead of
It's pronounced knives.
knives?
Yeah. Knives.
From Slashco.
Very good. I see we have Yannick back
Nice.
as well, all the way from Poland. Nice to see you, Yannick.
What's the problem?
Very nice.
Ask him about potato.
All
We're
right.
still active, actually. with our products in Poland.
Yeah. Now, I will tell you
didn't know
guys
that.
that you have been, if you stumbled across us and have no reason to know why you're here, you're listening to Behind the Bunker. This is our podcast, episode 10. Otherwise, you were watching our show number 148. In 2 weeks, we're celebrating our 150th episode. Is it a milestone? Is it a cry for help? I don't know. But 150, that's a
When
good
is
number.
that?
2 weeks.
February 3rd.
Yeah.
Really? That's the Super Bowl.
Day after the Super Bowl. So
Oh.
everyone will be bowled out and then tune in.
Oh, these
You know what?
people
We
in
should
their
do. We
footage.
should do our show outside and have a tailgate party.
Well, Janet Jackson will actually be on our show, and there may be a slip. Just giving you a
Are
forewarning.
we going to do a
now.
halftime show?
Ooh.
Ooh.
You know what? Guest in the chat forum asked BTB, what are your main markers? That's a great question. Why don't we answer that next week? Because that could get into quite a lengthy discussion because Zuby has so many of them. But at this point, we're going to end the program. Thank you guys very much for listening and tuning in. Remember, hit subscribe on iTunes, or if you're calling, or if you're watching or listening to us on an Android, check us out at podomatic.com as well. Josh.
Yeah, Todd.
Hi.
How's it going, buddy?
Good. Did you have fun tonight?
I had a boatload of fun.
Very nice. Thank you for being on our program this evening.
No, thank you.
Joe Kimson from Flaggers Paintball.
Thank you very much for having me, and I'm trying to do my best to speak into the microphone to give everybody clearer audio sound quality from behind the bunker.
Very
Pew,
nice.
pew.
Joe is now
Thank you, Joe.
downloading the iTunes app and has our podcast on his iPhone and listens every week and sees how sultry his voice can sound when he's speaking into the microphone.
Sultry.
Can we link it to the Flag Raiders app?
Ah, that's a
Why
good
don't we
question.
find out?
We can do
That
that.
would be kind of cool.
All right, and Jamie King, thank you for being our special guest this evening, filling in for Gavin Sharma, who will be back in the next few weeks. Jamie King, as you know, guys, is in charge of new business development at Angel North America. Thank you very much. Did you have fun tonight, sir?
Thanks for having me. Had a great time. I think I'm actually just going to stay here until next week.
4.5 hours goes by pretty quick, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah,
It does.
very good. Matt
the
Tripp
time
for
zone?
pushing buttons and answering or asking all the questions.
Yeah, I was asking.
Very good. Matt, if I had a question I wanted to get into the show, how would I submit my question?
You'd go to Facebook and look up Josh Zubrickus, and you can send it straight to his personal Facebook page.
Stop.
And how do you spell
People
Zubrickus?
finally stopped sending me
Z-U-B-
stuff, and now you're going to make it worse.
Very nice. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you can help us promote our show, put it on your Facebook, send the feeds out on your Twitter. That would be great. We are just a wee bit little paintball show. We've only been around for a little while, but we love the promotion, so thank you very much for helping. That's great. We'll see you guys next week.